ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Summit Area YMCA for the 2026 Summit Area Y Deep Freeze. This is our session 3, starting with event number 3. So last night we had the 1650, this morning we had the 500. Here we are into the 11 to 13-year-old grouping. We're starting with event 3, going up to event 14. All the event information is in Meet Mobile. So if you're not familiar, that's an app you could download to your phone or tablet. There's not a web interface to it. But from there you can then see all the information about the meets, all the different events, who the entries are, and so on. So again, starting with event 3, we have 200-yard freestyle relay for the girls. We have 2 heats. Heat 1, you can actually see the names of the teams up on the board on the top left. All right. This is a 25-yard pool. Left-hand side is all our starts. At the start, I will populate. Oh, why is that not working? There we go. It's a little slow. I need to do one other thing. All right, so at the start, I will populate. This is really slow. What's going on here? All right, hopefully that speeds up. I don't know why we're seeing slowness. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. All right, for some reason that is really slow. That's going to be awkward. All right, so at the start, as I said, let me get back to this. I will put the names for the lanes. When we get into individuals, these will have individual names. I'll shut that off. Transition to a mid-pool. So this camera actually, somebody must have bumped it. I'll be back. All right, that's a little bit better. So mid-pool, we have this camera. You'll see starters coming off the left-hand side when they hit here, and then the right-hand side, I have another camera for the turn end. All right, I do have a roaming camera, so depending on the race, I will move around with the swimmers to keep them in view. Something new we added. I have a little camera down, sort of head height on deck. So if there's something interesting, Coach Lou, how are you? We can come down and we can track and move. So we'll see if we need this. The thinking here is for butterfly or breaststroke, as we can see swimmers coming up out of the pool, and we'll see some faces. That's the thought. We'll see how it executes. Okay, as I said, we're starting event 3 with relays. Lane 1 is closest to us. This particular race has swimmers in lanes 2, 3, and 4. See the swimmers adjusting the wedge on the starting block. The chat is open. If you feel like putting feedback or comments in there, please feel free. Any questions, I'll try and answer them. I'll keep an eye on that. This session was supposed to initially start at 11:30. They pushed it back to 11:40. It's 11:37. The official is just going through, double checking everybody is in place. asking them to raise their hands so the timer's behind the box. They're not listening. It's pretty noisy in here. It is a full house. All right. So behind each block, there's 2 volunteers. They each have a stopwatch. One has a clipboard, and then the other without the clipboard has the button, which is tied into the timing system. You can see there's one of the backup buttons tied into the timing system. So when a swimmer comes and touches the wall, there's a device in the pool that's called the touchpad. That'll register the touch into that yellow bar. Interestingly, that's a backup backstroke wedge, which I just read that New Jersey at the high school level is allowing them for certain meets, interestingly enough. All right. So as we're getting ready to start, we'll be in this view. This is going to be really problematic. I don't know why that's so slow to turn on. All right, some last-minute adjustments going on deck. That whistle indicates the starter's ready. We're going to have the swimmers step up. Again, this is Event 3, Heat 1 of 2, Summit C, Summit B, and Sussex County B, lanes 2, 3, and 4. In the pool should be lane 2, Layla, lane 3, Noor, lane 4, Abigail. This is a 200-yard freestyle relay, each swimmer down and back, swimming 50 yards. Entering the pool should be Sydney, Aditi, and Peyton, 2, 3, and 4. Top right of your screen are the entries for the next race. That is Heat 2 of 2 here for this relay. Entering the pool, lane 2 should be Samantha, 3, Kars, and 4, Ava. That is lane 3, the Summit Area Wide B team. So with the relays, they'll use the letter designation, A being kind of the fastest or lowest seed time, B being next, C, and so on. This is our 3rd swimmer in the pool. We have 1 more swimmer to go. We'll take us back to here. Entering the pool here in lane 3 should be Ellie, lane 2, Penelope, and lane 4, Kaylin. And I'm saying should be only because I get those names in advance. There could always be last-minute changes to the relay team. All right, and into the finish, that is your lane 3 Summit B team. They came in on a seed of 2:05.07. They drop about a second and a half, go 2:03.79. Take a look real quick behind the blocks. This is coming up. The names on the top right, orange text, should align with the teams. Lane 1 all the way down to lane 6. In the pool, lane 1, Sophia. 2, Alexa. 3, Linden. 4, Claire. 5, Makia. And 6, Jenny. Entering the pool, lane 1, Anastasia. 2, Barbara. 3, Annabella. 4, Maria. 5, Sonia. 6, Michaela. That is your lane 3, Summit A, first to turn, followed by 1, which is WY, which is Westfield. Third swimmers entering lane 1, Deanna. 2, Alexa. 3, Alexandra. 4, Isabel. 5, Vivian. 6, Sophia. Sophia going back to back. She was here this morning swimming the 500. Here we come with the fourth swimmers entering lane 1, Ella. 2, Charlotte. 3, Dabney. 4, Gianna. 5, Olivia. And 6, Maisie. Okay, all swimmers in. That is our lead group, Summit A. They came in on a 150.91 seed. I'm going to be right on that. Nice job. 148.08. It's 2 and change, 2.5. Oh, I didn't even update names yet, folks. Sorry. Where are we? The boys, sorry. All right, here's the boys' lane assignments. Why didn't that update? There we go, 3 teams for the boys. Summit C, Summit A, Summit B, heat 1 of 2. In the pool, Alex, Lars, and Harrison. Top right are the teams for the heat 2 of 2. So just for clarity, WY is Westfield YMCA, WMY West Morris YMCA. Entering the pool, James, Jack, and Nikita. You see them at the far end here. Coming back, third swimmers entering. That's lane 3. That should be Lars. Lane 2, closest to us. No, I'm sorry. That was Owen entering in 3. Lane 2, Logan. Lane 4, Joel. So that's lane 3, first to turn. That should be Owen at the far end. Fourth swimmers entering. Here we go with lane 3, first in the pool. Should be Matthew. Vivian, I'm sorry, up in 4, Sebastian, and then Vivian in 2. All right, lead groups turned at the far end. That is lane 3. This Summit team came in 2:00.26. We'll see them coming into the wall, dropping time on that to a 1:57.26. Did I say 2:00.26? And they dropped 3 seconds flat. Nice job, guys. Keeping math easy. All right, so that was heat 1 of 2. We'll take a look behind the blocks as lane 3 is finishing at the bottom of your screen. We should have swimmers in lanes 2 through 5. Here's our lane assignments with the respective teams. Top right of your screen, you now see individual names for the next event. Event 5 is up next. That'll be the 200-yard butterfly. In the pool, Liam, Percy, Callan, and David, lanes 2 through 5. Liam, Percy, Callan, and David. Entering the pool, lane 2, Leon, 3, Enrico, 4, Ethan, 5, Luca. Second swimmer's in. All right, here we go. Third swimmer is entering lane 2, Charlie. Lane 3, Tommy. 4, Jaden. 5, Viam. We're close here between lanes 2 and 4. Entering the pool in 2 will be Jack, 3, Ian, 4, Hugo, 5, Bruno. They basically entered even. 120, 103, 120, 107 on the touches. We got a tight one here, folks. Wow. And lane 2 goes low, 145.91 compared to a 145.95. Look at those splits, 24.84, 24.92. Lane 2 goes low. I think that was Jack Levitt. Way to bring it home, Jack. Big push there. Lane 4, Hugo Leon. Nice effort. All right, into event number 5. 4 heats here, girls, 200-yard butterfly. So guys, on the bottom right of the screen, I tried to add a little additional information there for the state qualifying times. As we're moving to this point of the season, a lot of swimmers are thinking about trying to get cuts for states. So that's why it's on the screen, so you can reference that. All that information is also available online. Hopefully there was no inaccuracies in that data, but hopefully you find that helpful. All right, lane 2, Piper Bennett. Lane 3, Anna Sang. Lane 4, Lily Gruppo. So again, I mentioned, we'll see if we can see how the other camera works out. All right, here are the ladies turning at the 50. Again, this is a 200-yard race. All right, here we go. Tall guys in the way. All right, we'll check back with that later. All right, the ladies are at 75-yard complete. Top right of your screen, again, those names of the swimmers on deck. They'll be up next. This will be a 100 split. That's Lily in lane 4, first to turn, followed by Anna in 3. And then Piper coming into frame here in lane 2. All right, 125 at that right-hand wall. We'll be at 150 here, left side. You see all the support from teammates there. All right, we're coming into the finish here. This is Lily in 4, looks to go low. Came in on a 3:05.78. We're dropping over 10 on that. Nice job, Lily. Anna dropping time off a 3:02 down to a 2:55.8. That's about 6 and change. And Piper into the wall. Nice job, ladies. That was heat 1. Here we are with heat 2. So you might wonder why there's empty lanes. It's purely a math remainder type of thing. So 6-lane pool depending on number of entries. So there's 2 open lanes here because if we filled those with swimmers, the first heat would have had 1 swimmer, and that's not considered fair. So that's why we have extra lanes here too. There's just purely a mathematical situation. Julia, Alexa, Anya, and Olivia make up our swimmers in the pools, lanes 2 through 5. This is heat 2 of 4, names for heat 3 of 4, top right. We'll be at 100 yards complete on the wall on the left. We're at 150 here, 2 lengths to go. Final 25. All right, here's the swimmers. Lane 2's gonna go. That's Alexa Fleming. She goes low. 146.38. Dropping half a set. 246.38. I don't know if I said 1, but wait. All right, next heat. Sorry, folks. I gotta go back and rewatch that. Who was low to the wall, 2 or 3? This is heat 3 of 4. Lane 2 is empty here. Top right are the names for the heat 4 swimmers. All right, here are the ladies turning at the 50. All right, so the low time in that last heat was Julia came in 2:55. She went 2:46. Sorry, Julia, I was scratching my head with the empty lane there in lane 1. Kind of messed me up a little bit. Nice swim. Again, she goes 2:46 on a 2:55 seed. Awesome. 2:49 for Talbot. And Olivia in that last one went 2:49, came in on a 3:00 seed. Nice job, ladies. Sorry, I was off my game there. All right, heat 3 in the pool. Harper is in 1, lane 3, Alexandra, 4, Josie, 5, Lucy, 6, Molly. That's 150 down and back to go. Lead swimmer in 5, that is Lucy. Followed by 4, Josie. All right, we'll catch them coming home here. Lucy in 5, she came in 2:42.05. She goes 2:24. Awesome swim. 2:32s in the middle of the pool. They're dropping time also. 2:36 for Harper down in lane 1. She came in 2:42. That's 6+. Nice job, ladies. Final heat. Underway. This is heat 4 of 4. Ella, Annabella, Quinn, Sophia, Zagillo, and then we have Sophia Suarez in 5, and then lane 6, Valeria. All right, here are the ladies turning at the 50. Did I say that correctly? Lane 3, Quinn? I don't know if I've even skimmed over that. All right, this will be a 100 turn on the left side. That is Quinn in 3, first to turn, followed by Sophia Suarez in 5. I don't know, let me know how you like this other camera. I don't know if it's too distracting or if that's a valuable view. Get to see some faces as they're coming up out of the water. Lane 3, Quinn continues to lead, followed by Sophia in 5. And then Sophia Seguillo in 4. This is 150. All right, here they are, 25 to go at that right-hand wall. Here we are into the finish. Quinn goes low, 220. Second to the wall, lane 5, 224 for Sophia, dropping off a 231. Quinn just off an already impressive 218.4 seed. 232. Outside lanes kind of right on their seed, 29, 20. Sophia in 5, the big drop right there. Here we go, first heat for the boys, heat 1 of 2. This is Noah, Jack, and Marcus, lanes 2, 3, and 4. Entries for heat 2, top right of your screen. All right, Jack first to turn here at the 100, 111.60 cumulative there. All right, lane 3, Jack's already turned there. Came in on a 3:00.99. That .99 seed time potentially was an estimate. All right, you see the remaining 2 swimmers turning there. Jack's at the far end. Good support from his teammates. All right, into the finish, 2:31. Nice swim there. .231 would have put him kind of middle of the pack in the next heat, as you can see from those seed times on the top right. All right, that was heat 1 of 2. Here's our entries for heat 2. Top right of your screen are the girls' names for the 100-yard IM. That'll be up next. All right, in the pool here, heat 2, final heat. Dylan, Jaden, Alex, Talon, and Luke, 1 through 5. We have 13 heats up next of that 100 IM. Here are the guys at the 50 turn. All right, we're at the wall for the 100. It's 125 at that right-hand side. 150, 2 lengths to go. First to turn there. Why did we... Alex Wang in 3, first to turn. Sorry, I was... Into the finish, 2:10, Alex, nice swim. Came in on a already impressive 2:15.5. All right, so he came back a little to see the scoreboard, which is up there. And we have a swimmer coming home in 5. Take a look, the ladies behind the blocks, heat 1 of 13 for the 100-yard IM. Moving on to event 7. Here's our lane assignments. Yard IM, 4 lengths of the pool. Deanna in lane 1, out in the butterfly, really strong. She'll transition to backstroke. All right, no show in 5. All right, we'll jump to the start end. Here we are. Halfway through, breaststroke freestyle to come. That's Deanna in 1, first to turn. All right, we'll jump forward. This is Deanna in 1. She'll turn here with freestyle to go. See her coming into your screen here. 13-year-old, 100 IM. We'll catch the finish, and then we'll jump back. Here's Deanna's finish, 1:13.6. Nice swim, 13-year-old, 100 IM. Oh, I don't think they have state times for 100 IM at 13. Nice swim, Deanna. All right, next to the wall is lane 3. Harper. Those dashes you saw, that's because the backup timing system, there's a button or a plunger. So that's what that indication was, that was hit, and then the wall was hit. This is heat 2 of 13. Names for heat 3, top right. In the pool, Emer, Ava, Lila, Sienna, Nina, and Reba. So for the 11-12 girls, 100 IM, 112.89 state, 118.39 silvers. All right, we'll have freestyle to go off this right-hand wall here in heat 2 of 13. Lane 5 looks to go low, and she does. That is Nina. Came in 233.90, goes 133.90, goes 128.8. Nice drop there. That's 5. It's 5 seconds just to clarify. Here we are, heat 3. Isabel, Maya, Yasmin, Elizabeth, Alexandra, and Cecilia. Those are your swimmers 1 through 6 here in heat 3. All right, the girls making their way back. 50 complete, 50 to go. They'll transition to breaststroke here. Again, this is heat 3. Lane 5, lane 3, who's going low, very tight there. According to the board, lane 3, Yasmin goes low, dropping 5 seconds, almost 5 seconds, from a 128.6 down to a 123.7. Nice job. 6-second drop for Isabel up in lane 1. Oh, shucks, I didn't have the right names, folks. This is heat 4. Let me just show you the names real quick. In the pool, Noor, Samantha, Sydney, Peyton, Penelope, and Melu. Top right are your swimmers for heat 5 of 13. First to turn there in lane 4, Peyton. Peyton was swimming with us earlier in that 500 free. She's making a day out of it here. Peyton continues to lead. Big turn there from lane 3, Sydney. Sydney's gonna go low time. She came in 124.4, dropping a second and a half, 122.79, 1.7 really. Nice job. That was heat 4. Couple second drop there for Noor in lane 1. Two plus, really. Five in the pool, names for 6 top right. Ella, Kaylin, Gina, Emily, Piper, and Emma. Emma Gruppo, that name sounds familiar. Was she here this morning too? Maybe. Yes, Emma did swim this morning, swam a 6:45 in the 500 free. She's got a full day swimming this 100-yard IM and then swimming the 100 back later. Lane 5 looks to go low. Piper Bennett dropping over 3 seconds, 3 3/4. Piper, nice swim. She came in 1:23.74. She goes 1:20.02. 1:21, 3-second drive. 2 3/4 for Emma Gruppo there in lane 6. Gina in 3, dropping 2.5. This is heat 6 in the pool. Names are updated for 7. Again, all the information is in Meet Mobile. You can download that phone or tablet. I don't know if you need the subscription for this particular meet. Traditionally, Summit does not put it behind that paywall. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. This is Mike, Common Guy Sports. Again, chat's open. Questions, comments, feedback, please let us know. Now that view, not great. I tried to go lower so we can see more of a facial, but then you get the trade-off of looking over shoulders. Lane 2, Jenny Hassel leading them home here. Jenny came in on a 1:20.56, dropping 5.3. Nice job. Strong home time there for Sophie Kim, 39.07 on that second half. Here we go with heat 7. Names are 8 top right. We have Naz and Vivian 1-2. Lane 3 is Molly. 4 is open. 5 is Kate. 6 is Esme. Right here, the ladies on that second half of the pool. They'll turn and have freestyle to go. Vivian in 2 looks to go low time here. She came in 1:18.98. Look at that, 5 seconds flat. Thank you, Vivian. Makes math easy. 1:13.98. She goes 5 seconds flat improvement. Awesome. Here we are with heat 8 of 13. Names are 9 top right. Lila, Maria, Libby, Nicole, Anna, and Alexa make up your swimmers here in heat 8. 25 to go on this final wall. It's close. Lane 1, lane 4, lane 4, lane 5, lane 4. I don't know what happened. Yeah, 114 flat on the board there. Lane 4 was really close, just didn't get a clean touch. 114 flat. That's a 3.3 drop for Anna in 5. Assuming lane 4, Nicole's time's a little bit better than that outside. 2-second drop, 2.5 for Lila, and about a second for Alexa in 6. Just didn't get a clean touch there in lane 4, so I'm assuming they'll look at the times there. Nicole probably better than what the board showing, 116.19. Libby dropping over a second, already on an impressive 116.8. She goes 115.5. Yeah, so one of the officials is not at the start, so
there's a point where it's like, that's what's left. So twice as much or half as much? Yeah.
yeah, we're getting the whistles. Here we go. This is Heat 9. Hannah, Chloe, Gabriella, Olivia, JC, and Hannah. Underway.
Yeah. And the sun is very close and her back's close. So she's...
Names for 10, top right of your screen, folks.
Yeah. But she doesn't usually get worked up at all because it cares too much. This week, I can tell she cares. Which I was kind of glad to see because like what she's rude, so just like that stress. And she's like last year, you kind of doing it this year, can you kind of up with the I've never heard her like with like the superstition or whatever. I've never heard her like what I was.
All right, we'll have 25 to go on the right-hand wall. Looks like Chloe in 2's gonna go low. Came in 115.9. She goes 111.5. That's 4.4, folks. Awesome drop. Fabulous. That was Heat 9. Here we go with 10. Names for 11, top right. All right, I see a couple of those comments. Sorry, I missed you, Anna Blanche. Go, Jenny. All right, 50-yard turn there. We got breast end free to go. Again, this is Heat 10 of 13. Names for 11, top right. Anya in 3 looks to go low. Keep an eye in 6 up there, probably dropping time though. 112 up there in 6 for Amelia, dropping about 2 3/4 off of 115. Nice job. Low time again, though, was lane 3. Anya, she came in 1:14.36, goes 1:11.48. Awesome. This is heat 11. All right, official said stand. All right, here we go. Heat 11. Names for 12, top right. Maisie up in 5, first to turn, followed by lane 1, Regan. We'll have 25 to go, freestyle on this right wall. Here we are into the finish. Lane 5, Maisie going low, came in 1:13.55. Almost 3-second drop on that. Goes 1:10.87. Lane 1, 1:11 for Regan. That's 2.4 drop. Nice swim. Heat 12. Oh, shucks, folks. That's in the pool, Alexandra, Barbara, Amelia, Gianna, Sophie, and Elisa. That is your lane 3 swimmer there, Amelia, first to turn. 30.71 on the front half. And 25 to go, freestyle home. Keep an eye on lane 1, big push on this second half. But lane 3, sorry, Amelia goes low, 108.96, second and a half drop. Lane 1 goes 109.66, dropping almost 2 3/4 for Alexandra there. She came in 112.46. This is final heat. Top right will have boys' names shortly for their first heat. In the pool, Sasha, Lyndon, Dabney, Alexandra, Olivia, and Kate. Dabney leads, 25 to go. Keep an eye up there, lane 5 and lane 2. All right, Dabney right on her seed. Drop it. 106.05. Her seed goes 106.07 already. Incredible time there. 107 up top. About a second drop for Sasha. 107. Oh, shucks, folks. Did I not? No, that's updated. Very tall swimmer in 6. So that's what you see on your scoreboard view. All right, underway. This is heat 1 of 7. I'll try and identify who that swimmer is up there in lane 6. We'll take a look. This is our swimmer in lane 6, filling a slot somewhere. In the pool, though, lanes 1 through 5, Sid, Liam, Jace, Logan, and Yvonne. Names for Heat 2, top right. All right, real quick, we'll catch a swimmer in lane 6 finishing. Oh, shucks. There was a name on the left side. Missed it. Fisher, D. Fisher from Sussex County Y. That is your swimmer in 6. There's a zoomed in. There's your swimmer in 6. All right, that was Heat 1. Here we go with Heat 2. Bruno, Nikita, Joseph, Alex, Owen, and Vyam. Oh, all right, that's not the swimmer's fault. So I don't know if you caught that. All right, we're dominoing. So one of the timers in lane 4 was a little close to the wall. So the official asked him to step back, and then the next sound, the swimmers thought they were starting. That's why swimmer in 1 went. So they're resetting them. And we're underway. This is Heat 2. Names for 3, top right. So this is our midday session. Roughly have about 2 more hours projected for this session. It was slated to go to 2:44. If you are watching this live or near real time, it is 12:37. And traditionally, depending on the speed of the internet and all things considered, you're only about 20 or 30 seconds off live. All right, load time there according to the board, 1:20.74 for lane 4. That was Alex. That's a 7-second drop, or 6.8. Nice swim, Alex. This is Heat 3. Names for 4, top right. In the pool, Joel, Jorge, George. Anton's in 3. 4 is Daniel. 5, Ian. 6, Harrison.
heat.
Heat 3 of 7 in the pool, 25 to go as the boys turn. Looks like lane 4 will go low time. That's Daniel Sparts. Came in 122.5. He goes 119.8. Nice drop. That was heat 3. Here we are with heat 4. In the pool for heat 4, Daniel, Percy, Jack. 4 is Frederick. And then we have Enrico and Jack Ferreira in 6. Lane 3, first to turn, that is Jack Levitt. Jack comes home 109.94. Folks, that's 9.96. Had a seed 119.91. He goes 109.94. Awesome swim. We'll call it 10 seconds. And Jack, 10 seconds, get you ice cream. Gotta find me after. Here we are, heat 5. In the pool is 5, names for 6, top right. Andrew, Lars, Alex, Eric, James, and William in the pool. Again, we have 7 heats here, then we're going to the 100 back. So if you're not familiar, odd number events are the girls, even number of the boys, very traditional kind of setup. All this information is in Meet Mobile. You can download that, phone or tablet. That is our lane 3 swimmer. Alex going low, 113.3. Nice job, came in on a 117.7. That's 4.4, awesome improvement. Big drop up there, Andrew in 1, came in 119.22. He goes 114.85. This is heat 6. Names for heat 7, the final heat, top right. Ian, Henry, Luca, Matthew, Marcus, and Callan make up the swimmers in the pool. Lane 5, lane 3, lane 1, lane 6, lane 2, lane 4. It's our lane 3 swimmer having a strong breaststroke there. That is Luca. Luca looks like he's gonna go low time here. He came in 1:13.9, 1:13.92, almost 3 full seconds. 5/100ths short of 3 seconds. So we call that 2:95. Great swim. Here it is, final heat. Oh, I might have had a false start there. I don't know. Yeah, I think unfortunately I see some officials scrambling for paper. In the pool, Henry Lorenzano. Henry Peck is in 1. Then we have Poyaz, Daniel, and Benjamin make up our swimmers. That is our lane 3, Henry Lorenzo. Henry came in on a 104.4. Front half just swam a 30.26. Turning there 49-ish. So it puts him on his pace, see what he comes home in. Awesome, we're dropping time. Henry, 102.65. Somebody, Henry is a 13-year-old. I don't know if they publish 13-year-old 100 IM state times. That's 102.65, dropping off an already impressive 104.4. Awesome. Nice swim, Henry. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Gotta give a little camera time. Did I miss him? Shucks. All right, here we are. 100 backstroke, event number 9. Heat 1 of 13. All right, so lane 1 was open, so that swimmer is swimming butterfly there. Don't know if we missed a race in the IM or so on. So that's just filling in, trying to get a time. So yeah, swim in the IM there. We'll try and pick up a cap. Looks like a WMY. Nope. Why can't I? WFY, sorry folks. So lane 1 swimmer doing her 100 IM. We're doing 100 back for the rest of the field. You'll see those coming into view here. So lane 2, Danielle, 3, Emer, 4, Harper, 5, Mira. We'll jump forward, then jump back. Here's the finish for the WFY swimmer here in, oh, right here, sorry. I can't see. Zena? Zena, maybe. All right, and into the finish. Low time there, lane 4, 1:31.26. Harper dropping over 10 seconds off a 1:41.88. Nice swim. That was heat 1 of 13. Here we go with heat 2. Names for Heat 3, top right. Heat 2 is underway. Sienna, Yasmin, Samantha, Gina, Nina, and Colette. All right, and coming into the finish here. Low time, lane 4, 124.7 for Gina. Dropping 24, high 4 is almost 5 seconds off of 129 seed time. Nice swim. Here we go with Heat 3. Names for 4, top right. Emily in 1 looks to turn first at the 50. .25 to go at this right-hand wall. Keep an eye on lane 4. Lane 1 gets a touch, 123.16 for Emily. That's 3 plus, 3.5 off of 126.78. Big improvement there. That was 3. Here we go with Heat 4. Top right are your names for Heat 5 swimmers. Pretty even across the board at the halfway mark here for the ladies. Swimmers in lanes 1, 2, and 3. Olivia, Esme, and Emma. And lane 4, Emma Lana. Two or four, who's going low time? Looks like lane 2. Esme goes low, 119.37, dropping off a 121.98. That's 2 plus. Almost two and a half. Nice swim. Heat 5. Vivian, Olivia, Kaylee, Alexandra Lawler, and then Ella Kim. Six in the pool. Oh, 5 in the pool. Names for 6, top right. All right, I don't know if anybody's thinking what I'm thinking, but if we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 finish, I'll remember where I was. Not a very common occurrence. Lane 5 might be the spoiler. All right, Heat 5 coming back home. Vivian in 1 looks to go low. She goes 1:14.4, came in 1:20.98. That's 6 plus. Awesome swim. Yeah, kind of jinxed it there. Lane 5 didn't get a touch, but she was to the wall before, I think, 4. This is Heat 6. So if you're not familiar, lane 3 will always have the lowest seed time. So that's why I brought up the fact that if we had a 1 through 6 finish in that order, it's kind of odd because middle of the pool is lower seed times. So that's when you get those little oddball things where lane 1 is going faster and then 2 ahead of the middle of the pool. All right, little things keep us going, scratch our head. This is Heat 6. Caroline, Hannah, Sophie, Hannah Silk, Cars, and Anna Sang. All right, here we come into the finish. Lane 3 looks to go low. Sophie Lynch, 1:14.63. Big improvement off a 1:17.2 seed. Nice job, Sophie. 2-second improvement for Caroline Johnson there in 1 also. Smith. Okay, names have been updated. In the pool is 7, names for 8, top right. Kaylin, Anna, Deanna, Elizabeth, Nicole, and Rosalie. First to turn there, lane 3, Deanna. So if you're not familiar, some of the team abbreviations up on the scoreboard: SCY, Sussex County YMCA; WFY, Wyckoff Family, or WMY is up there. That's West Morris YMCA. WY, Westfield. And I always kind of say that very slowly because WFY is Wyckoff Family Y. All right, so WY, Westfield. Lane 3 goes low. That's Deanna. She came in 1:15.40, goes 1:11.14. That's 4 plus. Awesome swim. Second half, 36 flat. Awesome. Here we go, heat 8. Eight of 13. That's weird. JC, Libby, Ayeka, Molly, Mora, and Molly Lindquist up there in 6. Molly Okus in 4. Oh, what happened? So my names didn't look right there. That's weird. I didn't have a lane 1 last time. No, I didn't. I apologize. So I looked a little funky. So on that display, JC, sorry I missed your name. Lane 5, Maura Coughlin looks to go low. She does, 1:12.15. Dropping 2.9 off of 1:15.01. This is heat 9 of 13 in the pool. Kenzie, Makaya, Gabriella, Claire, Naz, and Morgan. There will be a 25 to go on the right-hand wall. Low time here, lane 1. And Kenzie goes low. 1:11.85, dropping almost 3 off of 1:14.68. That was heat 9. Here we go with heat 10. Ladies are underway. Ellie, Charlotte, Riley, Nola, Sarah, and Olivia. Halfway mark, lane 5. Sarah first to turn. Lane 5's going low. Sarah came in 112.86. We're dropping 2+ on that. Nice swim, Sarah. LHY, did not say that earlier. Lakeland Hills YMCA. Shucks. Hold on. All right, here we go. The correct names for this next heat, Heat 11. Names for 12, top right. We got 13 total heats here, and then we'll go to the boys' side of this event. Sophia, Addie, Catherine, Sophia, Karpov, Julia, and Gianna. Be at 75 yards complete, 25 to go, right wall. And into the finish for the ladies. Low time there in lane 3. Catherine, 107.58. Dropping over a second off a 108.83 seed. Nice drop. This is Heat 12. Is underway. Isabel, Sonia, Isabella, Regan, Katie, and Chloe. Top right are your entries for the final heat. Heat 13 up next. 8 heats on the boys after that race. Big turn, lane 3, Isabella. Gotta go back and watch that. She came in. Lane 3, Isabella goes low. She came in 105.63, goes 101.98. Nice swim there. Go back, put a mental note. Go back and watch her turn at the 50. How much space she put on the field. Very impressive. I'm watching it off to the side, folks. That's. Oh, why? I was watching and I wasn't updating names. Okay, here are the correct names for this final heat. Top right are the boys' names, their first heat, heat 1 of 8 up next. All right, in this final heat, Anastasia, Vivian, Amelia, Quinn, Sasha, and Maisie. I got a shout out before. Go Maisie. Thank you, Samantha. Appreciate the engagement. Very tight, lanes 2 through 6. We'll take it mid-pool, see who's at that stripe. Final 25. Looks like lane 2 gets it on the turn there. Vivian. Real close race, big push, nice job, ladies. 104.29 was a low time. Vivian drop-in time came in 104.49. 106, 105, 7. Everybody else kind of right on there already. Impressive times there. Awesome job, ladies. Vivian goes low, though. Heat 1 of 8 for the boys. Underway, first heat, Sid, Isaac, Leo, and Anthony. So the software puts projections on the time. It had this race projected to start at 106. It is 110, and the last race was slated to go off at 2:44. So we're kind of on that schedule. An hour and a half worth of swimming in this session, and then we're back with the older kids later. All right, BBG, I see your comment. Doing a great job. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have fun doing it. I mentioned it yesterday or this morning. I don't know. It all blends together. Kind of look back on some of the older ones. Been doing it about 5 years. Did a little bit before COVID. Coming out of COVID, we started doing a lot more. My kids, full disclosure, my kids swam here years ago. They are out of college and a senior in college now, so that is my situation. All right, load time there goes to Kim, Anthony Kim. I didn't have a name for lane 6. Here, we'll give you, could be the same gentleman that was before. Looks familiar. Oh, was it Fisher? Maybe. Maybe it was a scratch and then a reinsert. So, all right. Here we are. Heat 2 of 8. Just to finish that thought, I was looking back at some of the older streams and productions and kind of chuckled because I was using like a picture of a heat sheet and putting that on the screen and so on. So hopefully over time we got a little bit better. All right, in the pool, our Heat 2 is Liam, Jace, James, Nikita, Alex, and William. Keep an eye top of your screen up there. William Crawford in 6, first to turn. So yesterday was the Union County High School championship meet. That was streamed from Jersey Aquatic Center, their in-house production. So if you were curious on that to see some high school kids, really a battle between Westfield, Kent Place, Summit, Scotch Plains, Fanwood. Kent Place are obviously on the girls' side. Low time, 1:21 for Crawford. Came in 1:36.5. That's 15 seconds. So, William, you're in ice cream zone there, too. That was Heat 2. But if you're curious, to see some of those times being done by, put up by the high school level. And I think today is the Somerset County. That's on YouTube. A company called Big State Sports is covering that one. And full disclosure, people always ask, how did I come up with the name Common Guy Sports? There's a lot of companies out there that promote, high quality or big things like Big State Sports. There's another guy called D1 Media Pro. So I took the opposite. I went with a very generic name. So you set expectations low and then try and exceed them. So that's where Common Guy Sports. And I am a single person production, so we kept it singular in the name. So now you know. All right, Heat 3's in the pool. Owen, Henry, Lars, Bruno, Joseph, and James. Top right of your screen are the names for Heat 4 up next. The results are in Meet Mobile, so if you download that app, phone or tablet, they don't have a web interface, so you can't get to it from your computer, but phone or tablet, and then you should see all the results. It might warn you need a subscription. I think Summit is publishing them for free. I don't know if anybody out there is doing it for free without the subscription. Want to put that in there. So lane 3, Haugland goes low. That's Lars. Goes 116.28, dropping a bunch off of 121.32. That's 5+. Great swim there. But to finish the thought on Meet Mobile, you can get all the results in there. So you can then search too what events swimmers are in. You could favorite them and get notifications and so on. Heat 4. Names for 5, top right. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that comment. All right, here are the boys at the 50 here, Heat 4. I don't know, did I read these or not? Liam, Daniel, Frederick, Henry, Callan, and Joel. Bottom right of your screen, that white text scrolling up. I tried to put the state times in there. Hopefully I put them accurately. A lot of swimmers this time of the year have their eyes on those state times. Parents at home might not be as appreciative of that because it probably involves an overnight and a long trip to Pennsylvania, an overnight with the hotel. Low time there, Peck, lane 4, Henry goes 111.40, dropping 6+. Came in 117.98. But those states, hopefully I put them in there accurately. There are also silver times, which I did not also list. I kind of ran out of time. But it's all available online. And a lot of the clubs are doing a great job now with social media, posting to Instagram when swimmers do get certain cuts. Underway here with Heat 5. I just tread lightly on the topic only because if there was a DQ and we didn't know it up here, and I said, Billy's going to states, yay rah. Unfortunately, Billy got DQ'd, I would feel really bad. So I tread lightly on it, but if a parent's out there and you want to put it in the chat that a swimmer has made a state or silver cut, I will give a shout out. And then if it does come back and not happen because of a DQ, I'll feel really bad, but then I could blame the parent. So. All right, in the pool is 5. Names for 6, top right. It's our lead swimmer there in 3, Luke. 25 to go. Again, so if you're not familiar, so this isn't really swimmer in lane 3 competing against swimmer in lane 2. All the swimmers really focusing on their own time. And while there might be team points or individual points, it's really about them trying to get to a certain level. And then also, it factors in how hard they've been training and so on. So Luke there dropping 4 seconds, 3.7-ish. Coaches will know how hard they're training and then judge, on the improvement. and so on. This is heat 6. In the pool, Miles, Porras, Ray, Leon, Jack, and Charlie. So I know my daughter's not watching it, so I can tell this. She made back in the day, it was called the, oh my gosh, Junior Olympics. So that's kind of like the equivalent of a gold cut. In the 200 breaststroke, that was the only one she made the cut. We went, she warmed up, she sat around for about 3.5 hours, swam her race, and we went home. So it's a great accomplishment, but at the same point, there's sometimes a lot of time and effort put into it. So, but it's always great to see your kids succeed. So hopefully there are state cuts being made. We've had some impressive times, and here we are in heat 6. Keep an eye on lane 6, heat 6. Charlie going low. Looks like a 107.97. Nice job, Charlie, up there. Dropping a bunch off a 111.35. That's, I don't know, 8.3, 3.3-ish. This is heat 7. Tommy, Hugo, Ethan, David, Willie, and Liam. Heat 7 of 8. Oh, the other interesting thing, so this session for this meet is 11 through 13. And as you can see down the bottom, the state times are broken out 11, 12, 13, 14s. And then obviously there's older cuts for the older kids. So that was the other kind of wrinkle to this, that you got to go back and cross-reference. So everybody here wouldn't fall into the 11, 12 or 13, 14 state times there. So tight one here, lanes 2 through 5. Low time on the board goes to lane 2, Hugo, dropping almost half second. Everybody else kind of right on their seed. Oh, Liam in 6, dropping almost a full second. Yep, that's right. Lorenzo Levitt. Final heat. 200-yard freestyle up next for the girls. All right, so you see lane 3 did use the wedge. You can see the officials bending over, taking that out. I guess there could be some, no high school kids here, but Jersey NJSAA, who's the governing body of Jersey High School, made an update that they're allowing the wedges in the championship meets. So for the backstroke, it allows the swimmer a better, firmer grip on the wall where they can push out and up. The wrinkle with it, though, if a swimmer's not used to using it and putting it in place, getting it set, and the toes need to be below the waterline, sometimes it slows down the meet significantly. And I've done other meets where, you know, it becomes such a distraction and you feel bad for the swimmers not using it. Low time there, 59.07, dropping sub 1. We got a sub 1, we're alert. He came in 1:00.33. Nice swim, Alex. All right, here we go. 200 free. Alex Wang came in 100.33, 59.07. Nice job. Underway. We're on event 11. Here we are, picking up the pace here. 11 heats here for the girls. Now that going sub 1 there is not, aligned with the state time or anything. It's just one of those kind of thresholds a swimmer always kind of have in their mind. So congratulations, Alex. Nice job. This is, again, 200-yard freestyle, individual freestyle. Everybody swimming their own 8 lengths of the pool. Ava, Lily, Riva, Maya, Isabel, and Emer. This is lane 2, Lily. Leading them out there. All right, lead swimmer up here is Lily. I mentioned her sister, cousin, I'm not sure, both WFY, both an 11-year-old. Earlier, swam the 500 this morning, came back and is swimming in this session. I think we're at 150 here. I need the counters for this. All right. I believe the field's turning at 150. Lily's at the far end. We'll pick her up as she turns. All right, lane 6 turning at 150. Lily came in on a 2:55.42. We're dropping 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 25. Nice swim there, Lily. We'll pick up the field coming home here. This was heat 1 of 11. Lane 5 next to the wall, that's Isabel. Came in 2:56.9. She goes 2:49. Nice improvement there. Okay, that was heat 1. Here we are, heat 2. Heat 2 of 11, Lila, Alexandra, Samantha, Eloise, Noor, and Melu. Here are the girls at the 50 turn. All right, 125 at this right-hand wall. In the pool, this heat 2, Lila, Alexandra, Samantha, Eloise, Noor, and Melu. Heat 2 of 11. First to turn down there in lane 2. Alexandra. Alexandra's going to bring it home. Low time in this heat, 2:38. Nice drop, almost 9. 9 plus, really, off a 2:47.97. Good stuff. I think we had improvements across the board. I think on the outside, they had 250 seeds. This is heat 3. In the pool here, Cecilia, Claire, Molly, Esme, Nina, and Penelope. Oh, lane 2, Claire, no show. Ladies turning at the 50. Left 50 to go on the left-hand wall here. All right, everybody's turned. You see our lead swimmer here in lane 3. That's Molly Lindquist. We'll jump forward. Molly's already under the flags. Here she comes into the finish. Came in 2:36.28. Goes 2:31.20. Nice drop, Molly. That's 5.08. Similarly, why didn't we get, yeah, that's interesting. Didn't get the finish notification there. Did we miss a touch somewhere? I don't know. I don't know why the backup didn't go either. That's interesting. All right. That was heat 3. Here we go. 4. Yeah, it was kind of a weird finish there. The fact that it didn't register the finish for some swimmers. Keep an eye on that. maybe it weren't getting splits, but again, would have expected the backup timer to trigger. So if you're not familiar, the timing system has multiple components. Obviously, there's the start box that you see that beeps. That initiates the clock to start. But then in the pool are those pads. As the swimmers turn, they're pushing on them. That's registering a touch. And then behind the blocks, there's something looks like a Jeopardy plunger where the volunteers on the finish push that, and then that's what you'll see sometimes with dashes on the scoreboard if that's pushed without a recognition of a touch in the pool on the touchpad. That's our lane 3 swimmer, Nicole, first to turn, 106.94 cumulative there at the 100. Also in the pool, lane 1, Kate, 2, Caroline. Lane 4 is Ellie, lane 5 is Sophie, and lane 6, Aditi. Oh, lead swimmer already turning here down 125. We're at 150 on this left-hand wall. $175 here. Nicole's bringing it home. She'll go low time. She came in on a 2:30.94. That's 8+ here for Nicole. Nice drop. This is heat 5. Names for 6, top right. Keep an eye, top of your screen, lane 6. It's Lucy first to turn there at the 100, 106.3. Lane 1, Kaylee, 2, Daniela, 3, Lila, 4, Kaylin, 5, Hannah, and then Lucy up in 6. Got to give a little isolation here. Lane 6 swimmers, always hard to see them. We'll stay here for a second with Lucy. She's turned at the 150, splitting a 34.59. All right, lead swimmer ready, top right of your screen here. She'll have 25 to go. All right, Lucy came in on a 2:30.64. She goes 2:14.39, 15+. Nice swim, Lucy. Awesome. 2:29, drop in time. Kaylee. Next heat. Here we go, heat 6. All right, official said stand. We are underway with our heat 6. Got to go back, shout out Lucy in that last race, 15 plus drop on a 200 free. That's awesome. 12-year-old going 214 change. In the pool, heat 6. Amelia, Rosalie, Barbara, Valeria, Gabriella, and Alexa. Names for 7, top right. First to turn there, lane 4, Valeria. That was a 100 split. They're at 125 here, right-hand wall. We're at 150. All right, Valeria in 4, ready turning. Should be coming home. Followed by lane 1, Amelia. Valeria came in 2:23.86. She goes 2:12.70. That's 11.16. Awesome. Nice job, ladies. That was heat 6. Here's heat 7. So that 2:12 time would have put her in, just perspective, would have put her in heat 10 of 11 in this, if she had that coming in, if everybody understands kind of my point. This is 7. We'll get you the names for 8 shortly. Top right, names for heat 8. In the pool here, 4-7. Mika, Charlotte, Jenny, Claire, Melanie, and Nola. Or is it, I'm sorry, is it Maika? In lane 1, pardon me. And if I do mispronounce any, I apologize. If somebody wanted to put the phonetic in the chat, help me out. Feel free. This is our 100-yard turn. Keep an eye on lane 6, Nola. Should be first to turn up there. Give a little far camera view here. misjudged that. Middle of the pool, that is lane 3, Jenny. Big leg there. We should see, 34.9. Jenny split there. Almost a second and a half better than anybody else in the pool. Close to lane 6, having a big kick up there. Nola. Oh, we got to look at that. Nola goes low. Awesome. 33.58 coming home. Nola 217.52. She came in 222.16. That's 4.7-ish. And look at that. 33.5 coming home. Awesome. This is Heat 8. And again, they're not racing head-to-head. Again, getting first in your heat, sure, it's great. You know, in that case, having a great big second half is awesome. But for purposes, they're all swimming to improve their times to ultimately get invited to different meets and progress through the year. But human nature, if you're in the pool and you can see somebody, it's a race. This is Heat 8. Swimmers for 9, top right. All right, 150 at this wall. Here in Heat 8, names for 9 are updated top right. Lead swimmer here in lane 3, that's Chloe. .25 to go. All the seeds in this heat, 217, 218. I think Chloe's dropping on that. She is 214.56. Nice drop off a already impressive 217.07. Nice job. That was Heat 8. Here we go at 9. Names for 10, top right. In the pool, Maisie, Michaela, Maura, Lyndon, Harper, and Sophia. I mentioned earlier, yesterday was the Union County High School Championships. Last weekend on Saturday was the Morris County, that was held at Morristown High School. That was live streamed by that Big State Sports Company. But I mentioned that up there in lane 6, Sophia swims for Randolph High School. She put points up last weekend in that Morris County championship meet. So kudos to her. And she's going to go low time here. She came in sorry. We're at 150. She's leading at 150, as I said. Got ahead of myself. She's got the lightsaber on her side, too, so. Few lightsabers on deck. All right. Here's Sophia coming home again. She came in 2:16.36. What are we dropping on that? 7 seconds. Awesome. Nice swim, Sophia. I missed it. She gave a thumbs up, too. All right. I should be recording all the reactions. I thought about always doing it, but. All right, we are underway with Heat 10 of 11. There is, if you're on Instagram, there's a great page called Swimcelly, SWIMCELLY. And it's always great to see the reactions from swimmers. All right. In the pool, Heat 10 of 11, names for the final heat, top right. All right. If you're new to swimming, I always like to suggest or give kind of perspective. So we're second to last heat here, Heat 10 of 11. These ladies came in 2:11, 2:12, 2:13 seed times. Just looking at a random high school meet, the times you see for the 200 free are in this ballpark. 2:05s, 2:10s. Sure, there's going to be girls out there that are going to go 150, 155. Sub 2, but, well, maybe not 150. Trying to just give perspective here. What's 200 free? Yeah, so top swimmer, 155. Very good, kind of outstanding swimmer, 157. But you're seeing these 11, 12, 13-year-olds put up times that would be in contention for getting points in a high school meet. So just always good to have perspective. All right, 2:10 there for lane 5. Annabella dropping 3.5 off a 2:13.76. Awesome swim. All right, final heat. Oh. So the official said clear the pool. Final heat. So we've been doing what's called overhead start. So the swimmer finishes, they stay in the pool, the next race starts. It's called overhead or flyover. I don't know why they cleared the pool that time. This is our final heat. Stella, Alexandra, Amelia, Sophia, Olivia, and Dabney. This is a 100 split here. I don't know, lane 1, I don't know where that 49 came from. Oh, they're testing the pad. That's what's going on. All right. That was lane 4, lane 2. First to turn down there. Sophia in 4, Alexandra in 2. This will be 150. 2 lengths to go. Looks like 4, 5, 2. That's low battery. All right, coming on home here. Looks like lane 4, Sophia's going low, 2:04.67. Awesome. Dropping over a second off of an already impressive 2:05.75. Great swim. All right, here we go with the boys. Nice job. Was there? I'm trying to fix a battery here. That was a great swim. 2:04. Here's the boy. Oh. All right, we're underway with the boys here. Heat 1 of 6. All right, on event 12, we're going to event 14. So 100-yard breaststroke still to go. In the pool here, we have Vivon, Alex, Jace, Isaac, and James. Names for Heat 2, updated top right. We're at 150 here, left-hand wall. All right, up in lane 6, there's no name on the board. I believe same swimmer that we were trying to identify before. Here's a look at lane 6. Fisher or something, if I remember correctly. All right. Into the finish here with lane 2. This is Alex. Alex came in 2:57. He goes 2:33. Swimmer, I think, again, Fisher, he just took his cap off. Can't pull it, but here, we'll give you a... All right. Here, real quick, that is our lane 6 swimmer. All right, that was our Heat 1 low time there, 2:33. Again, that was Alex. Came in 2:57, big drops. Heat 2. 2 of 6. Joel, Owen, Nikita, Bruno, Harrison, and Ian. Oh, a couple empty lanes here. So we are back later. What was the estimated time of that? Around 4 o'clock for the 14 and over session. We'll run about 4 o'clock to about 7:30. And then tomorrow we're back. We have 1,000 and 400 IM in the morning. That kicks off about 8:15. And then for this same age group, we'll go midday again. Approximately 11:30 till 3. Pardon me as I'm yawning. And then the big thing, the senior recognition will be at the start of the final session. So about 4:15, 4:20, we'll have recognition of the seniors. I think it's a small class. They said maybe 5 or 6 kids. And then we'll get into the 14 and over session tomorrow evening. The weather should miss us. Initially, we thought, might have some impact for tomorrow. But looks like that's not happening. Low time here, lane 2. Owen goes 2:28, dropping a bunch off of 2:42. That's 14 seconds. Nice job, Owen. Here we are with heat 3. 3 of 6. Names for heat 4, top right. All right. Sorry, I looked away. I was trying to check the weather, see if we broke anything reasonable, and we've not. It's only 20, 22 degrees outside. I'm sorry, I'm looking away. And okay, into the finish. Low time on the board, lane 4, Dubek. Tommy goes 2:20. That's an 11-second drop off at 2:31.52. That was heat 3. Here we are with heat 4. 4 of 6. Names for 5, top right. In the pool here for heat 4, Noah, Jack, Luca, 1, 2, 3. Jorge, Jack, Weininger in 5, and then Benjamin in 6. Keep an eye on lane 6. Looks like first to turn down there at that far end. That's Benjamin. Give Benjamin a little ISO up here. Well, 5 and 6, Jack and 5, Benjamin against the wall. Good looking strokes. First to turn though, lane 3, George or Jorge. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's lane 3 is Luca. I am sorry. George is in 4. I'm sorry, Luca. He's bringing it home here. Luca came in on a 221. We're dropping 5 on that, 216.64. High 4s, low 5. Nice job. 219 up there for Benjamin. That's a big drop. That's like 6 plus, almost 7. And lane 5, 216. That's Jack, a huge drop. That's 8 plus there. He came in 225. Oh. There's a lot of yelling. Here we go, heat 5. Underway with 5. I don't know what. It seemed like there was a lot of yelling at that start. Names for 6, top right. Final heat up next. In the pool here in 5, it looks like lane 1 is empty. Lane 2, David. 3 is Sawyer. 4, Dylan. 5, Leon. 6 Miles. They're ready at the far end. This is our 100 turn, sub 1 there, lane 3. Sawyer. Sorry, I'm with the empty lane, my eyes are just not working. All right, so lane 3, Sawyer's leading him out in, came in on a 2:08.34. Here we are at the 150. Winning 32.6 on that 50. Couple 33s in the pool. Nice job, guys. All right, lane 3 leading them, followed by 4 and then 6. Again, Sawyer came in an impressive 2:08.08. He goes 2:03.36. That's 5+, folks. Awesome. Great swim. And a 2:06, how about 2:05 down there in lane 6 for Miles. Miles came in on a 2:18.90, folks. That's awesome swim, Miles. Final heat. Couple guys coming in, 3 guys coming in sub-2. Final heat here for the guys, and we're going 100-yard breast for the girls. In the pool, lane 1, Hugo. 2, Alex. 3, Talon. 4, Henry. 5, Sam. 6, Ethan. All 13-year-olds in the pool, 13-year-old boys. 200 free, 2:00.19 state, so 3 guys under that. Silver 2:07. We're at 125. It's Talon Green in lane 3, leading him out at the 150, putting down a 29.78, 126 cumulative. Again, he came in 155.49. It's awesome. Keep an eye on lane 2, big kick there. That's Alex Wang, came in 159.7. Talon 155.07, improving off his 155.4. Lane 2, 158.17. Alex dropping second and a half off of 159.7. Awesome swim, guys. Henry maintained sub-2. He came in 158, a little bit better than that, but awesome. 159, 206, 209, 203. Hugo right on your seed. Nice job. Awesome swim, 155.07, folks. That's awesome. And then following that up with the 158.17 for Alex. Awesome. Here we go with the lady. Shoot. Here are the ladies. Then it'll refresh. Hundred-yard breaststroke, event 13. I'm looking around trying to figure out what's going on. It was very noisy on deck. I don't know if there was... All right, here we go. The officials cleared the pool. Event 13, 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 1 of 12 for the girls. Underway in the pool, Danielle, Chloe, Colette, Kayani, and Mira. Ah, shucks, I wanted to use my fancy camera and I didn't. All right, we'll get them on the next time. This is heat 1 of 12. We can see them swimming away from us. Hopefully we'll catch them on the way back. All right, here we go. How's this view? All right. All right, call that grandma cam if somebody's grandparents out there watching, you recognize a face from that angle. It did its job, so. All right, we'll be coming into the finish here. That is lanes 3 and 4, Colette and Kayani. Colette goes low, 143.90, dropping a second and a half off of 145. Kalani came in 153. She goes 144. Nice drop. Way to get it started, ladies. That was heat 1 of 12. This is heat 2. Underway. In the pool here with heat 2 of 12, Maya, Vivian, Lucy, Peyton, Sydney, and Sienna. And into the wall in the finish, lane 3, Lucy goes low, 122.6. That's 13, almost 13 off of 135.49. Big drop there, Lucy, nice job. Also, lane 2, Vivian dropping off of 136.53 down to 128.8. All right, so those dashes you see in lane 5, that's the backup timer being pushed, the button. Not representing a DQ or anything. They will get her an official time. Here we go with heat 3. In the pool for 3, Adati, Addie, Gina, Emily, Piper, and Claire. Okay. Now again, this is heat 3 of 12. Coming into the finish here. Lane 2, Addie's going low. She came in 133.78. We're going 8 seconds better than that. Nice job. Heat 4. Names for 5, top right of your screen. In the pool, though, Naz, Hannah, Maria, Cars, Daniela, and Annabella. Keep an eye, Annabella up in lane 6 there, first to turn. All right, give a little. Here's Annabella in 6. And into the finish. She came in on a seed of 133.04 with 5, 6, 6, 7, 6.5. Nice drop, Annabella. That was heat 4. Here's heat 5. Top right is heat 6 entries. In the pool, Ava, Libby, Isabel, Yasmin, Jenny, and Milana. It's Isabel in 3, first to turn down there, 25 to go as they bring it home. Isabel came in on a 129.76. We're dropping almost 2 seconds on that. Nice swim. 33s on the outside. That was heat 5. Here's heat 6. In the pool here with heat 6, JC, Anna, Alexandra, Sonia, Hannah, and Lila. That is our lane 4 swimmer there, Sonia. .25 to go at that wall. Lane 4, Sonia brings it home. She came in 127.7. She goes 124.4. Nice 3.3. 3.29 if we're exact. That was heat 6. Here we go with 7. All right, load time there on the board. Lane 3, Stella, 121.10. Nice drop off of 125.95. We're swimming heat 8 here. Ellie, Kaylee, Anna, Michaela, Sophia, and Sarah. 8 of 12. Names are 9 of 12, top right. All right, here we got clear view of the swimmers. Final turn, right-hand side. That is our lane 4 swimmer, Michaela. She's under the flags. And into the finish, 121.47 for Michaela, dropping 2 plus off of 124.28. That was heat 8. Here we go with 9. Names for 10, top right. In the pool with 9, Amelia, Deanna, Morgan, Vivian, Alexandra, and Katie. That is lane 4, Vivian first to turn there. Low time 120 for Vivian there. She came in 122.70. That's 2.5. Nice drop. Here we come with heat 10. Keep an eye, top of your screen, could be lane 6 goes low, 121.56 for Catherine, dropping 3/4 off of 122.39. Nice job. Foster in lane 3, right on her seal. Slight improvement, 0.2 for Kenzie. Here we go with 11. All right, here we are at the 50. That's Dabney in lane 3, leading them out. I didn't read names, sorry. Sasha, Alexa, then Dabney, and then with Sophia, Anyanya, and Josie in 4, 5, 6. Dabney goes low here, 117.69. That's second and a half, dropping off of 119.3. Nice swim, Dabney. That was heat 11 of 12. Here is final heat. Be the final race for the ladies this midday session. First heat for the boys. Those names are on the top right of your screen. Lane 4, first to turn. That is Sofia Suarez. Let's see if we, a little. Yeah, got to stay away from that low camera. Just very crowded section of the pool. We'll work on putting that in a better spot. Final 25 for the ladies. Close one, 3 and 4. Lane 3, Olivia. Lane 4, Sophia. And the touch goes to lane 3, Olivia, 110.40. Sophia in 110.48, 110.40. Lane 3, just off. Already impressive. Came in 107. Crazy time there. Drop in time was Isabella in 2. Over a second, and Quinn in 6. Quinn went 112.76. That drops off a 114.11. Nice swim. First heat for the guys. All right, anybody dropping off because of the girls finishing? Glad you can join us today. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. This is Mike, Coming Guy Sports. Heat 1 of 8 for the boys. Ooh. In the pool, we have Sid, Isaac, and Leo, 2, 3, and 4. Did a poor job, kind of, since we have only 3 lanes, I should be zooming in. Catch the guys coming at us here. You know, unfortunately, we don't take the backstroke flags down. It'd be nice if we did for the events that don't need them. I don't know if you saw, like, during some of the huge meets when they're in kind of stadiums and so on, they drop out of the ceiling, and that in and of itself is a kind of an engineering marvel to have them lined up perfectly coming, you know, from, I don't know, 100 feet, 200 feet in the air. All right, that was Heat 1, 140.01 there for Isaac, dropping 7 seconds. Nice job, Isaac. Way to get it going. This is Heat 2 of 8. That last one, Sid came in on a 240 seed. Did I see he went 150 something? Awesome. I got to go. And then, so I cheat, if anybody's wondering. I have another computer that I have off to the side that I can rewind and go and cheat on. This is Heat 2 in the pool. Names for 3, top right. Yeah, Sid went 155 in the last one. He came in on a 240 seed time. I don't know, I joke, I say 10-second improvement is ice cream. I don't know what 45-second improvement warrants for an 11-year-old. All right, Heat 2 in the pool. Logan, Enrico, Harrison, Viam, and James. This is our lane 2 swimmer, Enrico, bringing it home. Low time. He came in on a 1:43.90. That's 10 plus. That would be in that ice cream zone. Nice job. 136 improving there for Harrison. 138 for Viam. Over 2-second improvement there. That was Heat 2. Here's Heat 3. Vivon, Anton, Eric, Daniel, Frederick, and Owen. Oop. Names are updated top right for your Heat 4. We're coming into the final stretch, folks. If you're jumping off, thanks for joining us today. Hope to catch you tomorrow. Again, always open for feedback, comments, suggestions, good or bad. And if I am mispronouncing any names, please feel free. Put it in the chat. You can email us, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. So I mentioned before we had that 1 through 6 kind of finish order. This is kind of the more correct. When you have a chevron, middle of the pool, those swimmers have the lower seed time. So if everybody's swimming to their seed time, you would have this kind of shape. So that's why I mentioned it before. That is our lane 3 swimmer there, Eric Sang. Eric came in on a 137 seed. Outside lanes, 138, 139. Let's give Eric a little camera time here. He's under the flags and into the wall. Eric goes low, 130.32. Dropping, 7 off a 137.42. 7.1. Awesome. 132 for lane 4, Daniel Sparts. That was like 6 seconds, 6 plus for Daniel there in lane 4. This is Heat 4 now. I jumped all the way to the far end. Sorry, folks. In the pool, lane 1 is William. Then we have Ethan and Poiraz. Daniel, Luke, and Noah, 4, 5, and 6. We're at the 50 here, first to turn. That is our lane 3, Poiraz. You see him here? I went wrong camera. Here's definitely Grandma Cam. Hopefully somebody out there recognizes. And into the wall. Nice swim. Nice two-hand finish. 124 flat. Dropping off a 133.17. 6'9". 9.17. Awesome swim. Great improvement. Here we are, Heat 5. Shucks, that's not right. Hopefully this gets updated. There they are. We'll get logos in a second. All right, slow fingers there. I'm getting towards the end, slowing down. This is Heat 5 of 8. In the pool, Alex, Lars, Willie, Anthony, Marcus, and Alex. That is lane 5. And no, Marcus first to turn. No, lane 4. Pardon me, Anthony. Yes. Could be lane 3 at that far end. Willie having a strong leg there. He's kind of pulled up. As they come under the flags, we'll give a little isolation here. Willie closest to us, and then next to him is Anthony. Willie goes low. 124.17 for Willie. Dropping off a 125 flat. It's 3/4. Outside lane, Alex Sebastian, almost 2-second improvement. This is heat 6. Official said stand. All right, here's Tommy in 1. Underway. In the pool, Tommy, James, Liam, Charlie, Rise, and Callan. Woo. Charlie in 4, first to turn, 35.80. I missed him. Flew by. They're ready at the wall. Into the finish. Charlie's gonna go low here. 117.10. Nice swim. Charlie came in 123.3. That's 6 and change. 6.24. Awesome. Here we go. Heat 7. What do you do? Is that? No. Shucks. What? I didn't have the names. I'm going to put them up if anybody's making videos out of this. I don't know why that didn't work, but here's those names. They're ready at the far end. I apologize, folks. That's really weird what's going on. All right, second to last heat. Tommy, James, Liam, Charlie, Rise. No, I'm reading the wrong one. Ray, Matthew, Luca, Henry, Ian, and Henry Walker. Sorry, folks. This is 7 of 8. Lane 4, then lane 3. It's Henry Peck, and then Luca. Here come the guys into the wall. Looks like Henry Peck gets a touch. He does, 118.93. That's almost a full second drop for Henry. Came in 119.82. 119, 120s. Everybody else kind of right on their seed. Final race, final heat. Guys are underway. All right. In the pool, Ethan, Leon, and Talon. Sawyer, Tommy, and Hugo. First to turn, lane 3, Talon Green. Talon came in on a 107.49. Awesome. We're dropping on that. Sawyer came in 111.57. We're dropping on that. Nice job, guys. 107.12, improving for Talon. That is awesome. All right, that's going to wrap it up for our session. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Really pleasure and a privilege to bring this to you. So maybe we'll see you tomorrow. This stream is rewatchable later tomorrow in the future. And we're back with the older kids shortly for a different live stream. So if you're looking for that one, this one's going to end. You can pick the next one up off the main YouTube channel. If you're on a TV or something, just search for Common Guy Sports, 3 words. Should be able to find us. All right, this is Mike signing off. We'll see you real soon.